Hear me okay?
Yeah, okay. Sorry
Hi,
for being
Indrajit.
late because networking problem.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. No problem. I was just with another student. They called when you hadn't called, so I had to answer their call. But thank you for calling again. It's nice to speak with you.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, did you watch this the video on YouTube?
Actually, I didn't get a chance to yet. If you could, after our class
Okay,
today, send me the link to your YouTube channel, and I will definitely check it out.
because there are a lot of students who are already fan of you
Oh, really?
because a lot of yes exactly, and they all they all say that you are really great teacher.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Well, it sounds like your followers are very friendly, which is awesome. That's great.
Yes.
That's great. So, how have you been recently, Indrajit? Have you had anything exciting or
Yeah,
interesting going on this week?
yeah. In this week, I have painted at something football match,
Okay,
and because I love painting, painting is my hobby, so that's why I painted this, and I think it is awesome.
that's awesome. I enjoy painting as well. I haven't painted in a while, but I really do enjoy painting whenever I get the chance. It's very relaxing, I find.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me? Okay. Are you still able to hear me,
Okay.
Indrajit?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what kinds of things do you normally like to paint?
Yeah. I like to paint some sceneries of urban and also rural.
Okay, that's awesome.
Something is wandering in my brain, and something I can see. That's
Interesting.
I can see, and I can.
Interesting. Okay, that's great. That's great. And what kinds of paints do you like to use? Do you prefer like more like watercolor paints or oil-based paints or
I
uh
I I use watercolor.
okay, watercolor is very beautiful. Okay, can you hear me okay? I think the sound keeps cutting out here in Rajit. Um, there might be an issue with your connection. Is everything okay on your end?
Yes, and yeah, great.
Okay, good, good. When you paint, how long does it normally take you to finish a painting?
Yeah, exactly. I have a hectic schedule like you, so that's why I can't find any time. But
Of
whenever
course.
I am free, then
Yeah.
I paint, and it takes almost 1 week to
Okay.
finish a
That's awesome.
scenario.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And do you like to do bigger paintings or smaller paintings?
yeah, smaller painting, and I whenever I finish it and I show my family members and also my friends, so they appreciate me. So that is
Okay.
the happiness of mine.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. I think that the fact that you share this passion of yours with your people that you are close to, that makes it so much more enjoyable, right?
Yes, exactly. That the feeling is really awesome.
Of course, of course. And I'm sure they appreciate seeing some of your new
Yes.
artwork as well. Now, what do you normally do with these paintings? Do you keep them or do you give them away? Do you sell them? What is kind of your habit when it comes to this?
Yeah, exactly. I just keep it and I just store it in my bookshelf.
Okay,
That's it. And
okay.
whenever some relatives are visiting to my home, then I show them also.
I see. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I keep most of the paintings that I do as well. Sometimes though, I'll paint something for a friend of mine or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And it's always a better gift than buying something, going to the store and buying something. Because when you put work into something like that, and
Okay.
you are using your own skills and talents, then it's much more appreciated. I find.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure, for sure.
And yeah, sir, how are you been? How have you been in this week? So how is
I've
it
been
going?
It's been going well. It's been going well. It's been a busy week. I've had lots of classes this week, but Other than that, I mean, I've gotten to see my family a little bit, so that was nice, and I got to relax just a little bit on my day off on
Oh,
Thursday. Thursday's usually
wow.
my day off, so I always look forward to that. But yeah, other than that, nothing too exciting or too crazy. Um,
Oh, but
everyone in Canada here is starting to get things ready for Christmas. Christmas is a big
oh,
celebration
that's
here.
very important. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So everyone's putting up decorations and lights and that kind of thing. So
Oh,
it's always nice to see that at this time of
I
year. Can you hear me okay? Indrajit?
yeah. There is a really very working today.
That's okay, no problem, no problem. As long as it's good now, if there's any more problems, just let me know and I'll see if I can do anything on my end to help it.
Yes. And sir, I want to know that how to learn American accent.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm Canadian, but honestly, our accents are almost the exact same as most Americans. Um, I would suggest
Okay.
one of the best ways to kind of improve your accent in Rajit is just to really train your listening. Okay, training your listening is a very important part of adjusting or changing your accent as well. And the best way
Oh,
to do this is to listen to as much English as possible. Whenever you have free time, listen to English podcasts, listen to English music, watch English television,
oh,
movies, all of this. The more that you're hearing English, the more your ear will become trained to picking up on different accents and picking up on
oh,
different
I
kinds
see.
of variations in vocal tones.
Oh,
Um, and what I would also suggest doing is practice recording yourself. Okay, so if
oh,
you are, like, let's say, watching an English TV show or something like that, see if you're
yes.
able to get the script, like the writing of everything that is said in that show. Listen to how the actors in the show are saying things in a conversation, and then pause it and try
Okay.
to repeat this on your own and record yourself when you're doing this. And then you can compare your recording of how you sound to how the actors in the show sound. And you can hear a little bit better for where there might be differences, where there might be things you can improve or change. And that you to know which specific parts you need to focus on, because sometimes it's difficult to hear exactly
Okay.
maybe where you need to make adjustments, okay, when you're just talking. But if you
Oh,
listen to a recording of yourself, this makes that process a little bit easier. So this is something I suggest to a lot of my students. And it helps in general with improving your listening, improving your speaking, but especially with accents.
oh, I
Does that
see.
make
I
sense?
see. Yes, exactly. And you explain it in a the simplest
Oh, I'm
way.
glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I
Great,
I
great.
think
Exactly.
that getting rid of an accent or changing an accent is something that can't be done quickly. It's something that takes a lot of time. And often I have friends that live in Canada that have been living here for many years and they still have an accent from the
Oh,
country they came from. But it is
oh, I
possible
see.
to change and adjust if you put a lot of time and energy into it. It does take a lot of effort, but it's totally possible. Um, Actually, I met a
Oh,
new friend from Mumbai actually last week who's living in Canada now. She lives in my city, and her accent is
okay.
very almost not noticeable at all. She sounds like she's from Canada or from America, and she just
Oh,
put a lot of time and a lot of effort into training herself to speak with a Western accent,
oh,
and it's
I
worked. It's
see.
worked for her. So it is possible to do in a shorter period of time. I think she's been living here for about maybe 2 or 3 years now, but it's different for everyone. It's a little bit different for everyone. So depending kind of on you and kind of what works for you, what kinds of um, study habits work for you. There might be certain challenges that are a little bit more difficult to get through, but yeah, if there's something more specific that you find challenging, you could always ask me, okay, how can I deal with this? And I can give you more of a specific suggestion.
Okay, okay. And can you suggest some website or so that I can get some vocabularies and also American slang and also idioms?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Actually, a really good website for that is Ingu. Now, Ingu has a bunch of different news articles normally that are good for practicing reading. They have vocabulary, so it's good for expanding your vocabulary, and some questions usually to help with comprehension. But also sometimes on Ingu they have articles that aren't based on news. They're based more on English expressions and how to use them
Oh,
properly. So these are pretty easy to find on this website as well.
okay, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
So this site I use
And
with a lot of my
yeah,
students.